to ask, you've been a CEO of your own, I go back to sort of the companies you started. Was it you founded ET Enterprises?
Yes,
And you were Pop Social, you were CEO of that. When you go into like a pre-existing organization as CEO, how do you define your mission? I mean, especially because you've come up through marketing function, been a founder. What surprised you about the CEO role? Because some of it's prescribed for you.
Yeah.
And some of it you shape once you get there.
Yeah. What surprised me about the CEO role? I think, number one, I don't think, when you're not in the CEO seat, and I've been CEO of smaller companies, but until you're in that seat, you do not realize the amount of pressure, scrutiny that's on you on an everyday
People
basis.
manage up, they all manage up to you.
Yeah. It's very lonely. I didn't realize how lonely it would be. And I love my team. I love the people I get to work with every day. But at the end of the day, you are the decision maker. You make the hard choices. And at the end of the day, everyone isn't going to love your choices. You have to be okay with that. And when you're in other parts of the C-suites, I remember being, a CMO, and I was like, everybody's favorite exec. It's
right.
Easier because when you're CEO, there's always someone else to blame and criticize. And so I didn't think, I couldn't imagine how lonely it could be. And I don't think I realized how much responsibility it truly was, because every day I wake up, I am representative of Kickstarter.
Yeah.
If I go outside and to go get a burrito, like I'm the CEO of Kickstarter getting a burrito, and because of my personal brand as well, it's like the lines are blurred, and so it feels like I'm on so much more than I've ever been in my career. And honestly, it takes its toll. It's exhausting for sure.
How do you compensate for that? Like, because a lot of leaders I speak to say it's lonely, and you do need people to bounce ideas off. You've probably got your peer group coming into this, but have you done anything to try and compensate for that? I know it's 12 months in, so there's only so much, but is it just is what it is, or?
No, I mean, I think it's building an incredible team around you. One of the things I'm most proud of is the team that I have that was at Kickstarter, and the team that we've built, at the Future of Work.
75% women.
Yeah, so we've built a really incredible team of leaders at our company. I think we're like 70% people of color in our leadership team. But these people are people that I lean on and can support me every day. It's still lonely, but
you're still the boss.
I'm still the boss, but when I think about my COO, Sean Liao, that's my dog. That's my best buddy. I say we should be like in a buddy cop movie at some point. And when I'm having those tough days or those hard days, I know I can lean on him and talk to him. I know my new CFO, Cindy Wilson, who you guys covered, for her, you don't see too many black CEO, CFO combinations. I know she has my back 110%. So that feels really good, because as a CEO, sometimes you get dehumanized. Like, people forget, hey, like today, my basement was flooding. I had leaks all around my house. I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. And sometimes as a CEO, people dehumanize you and don't realize, like, hey, I walk and breathe and eat just like you. I make mistakes like you. I'm not perfect. And so it's great to have such a great leadership team around me that kind of keeps me grounded and, keeps me sane.
As you're talking, I think about culture is one of those things a lot of people talk about, the importance of it. It's squishy. It's it's hard to know, how do you actually build a great culture. Obviously, it's who you hire. Is there anything else you think about in terms of the culture? We haven't talked much about your background, and you can certainly bring that in, because as you say, you've come from a very sort of hard background, and you've done a lot to be in this position, and you want to make an impact. What kind of culture do you want to build that's different from the ones that you imagine a lot of corporate America has?
Ones that aren't led by fear.
Yeah.
That's so important to me. When you're making decisions based on fear.
Have you been in situations like that?
Absolutely.
What causes it? The economy, or just
I think
mean boss?
People are just very comfortable with the status quo. And for me, I'm so impact driven, it drives me crazy. you know? And I feel like to really make progress, you can't be driven by fear. You have to be able to take those chances. You have to understand, hey, sometimes your users some of your users may not like this, but it's better for the long-term vision of the company. And so to me, you can't base your decisions based on fear. And I think a culture that is ambitious, that is not making decisions based on fear, those cultures innovate. Those cultures literally change the world. And so I want to make sure that we have a culture like that.
So it's not based on fear. Was it optimism? What would you say? What is it based on?
It's based on impact. It's if you make decisions based on impact and doing the right thing for the company, your users, your creators, your backers, if you have that frame of mind and thinking and understanding, you're going to be uncomfortable at times. It's going to be scary, but you can't base your decisions based on that fear.